He's making a break! He can't have much idea of what's lying in front of him. The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway. An attack is launched. The peloton has slowed down a bit.
Mesgesh is off.
A fall has just happened in the peloton. Several riders are on the ground. A rider has just dropped out. No doubt he'd run out of gas. Riders run enormous risk of injury on cobbled sections, but as the saying goes, it's the historic races that make the rider and not the other way around. The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed. A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group. Some cobbled sections are very narrow, so it's important to be well positioned to avoid falls or breaks in the peloton. Radio Tour has announced a flat tire for a rider. There's another rider with a puncture. The sides of the road are not a tire's best friend. Those guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today. The riders have to have their wits about them on this dangerous section. You never know what's going to happen on cobblestones. Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should pay more attention to their choice of tires. Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed. The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%. I can tell you that riding on cobbled sections is a real challenge. The racers have to have the talents of a tightrope walker, as the grip of the tires can't be counted on. This year, some sections have seen their cobblestones refurbished, but I can assure you that it doesn't mean renewed. They still remain a significant difficulty. It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps. That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous. The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed. Now the guys up front are asking serious questions of the riders in the rear as more of them are left in the wake. This is the last third of the race. The team leaders have their minds fixed on today's goal. What's going on? Several riders are flat on the ground. Certainly some sort of incident. more than 2 minutes separating them. A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group. This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high. Oh, the list of those left behind goes on rising. The lead is being cut. The pace is really hot, so for the moment, we shouldn't see too many attacks. Another flat tire. Uh-oh, the gap is widening. It's now more than 2 minutes. The peloton seems content to let it grow. The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway. Bikes are severely put to the test on cobbled sections, so special frames were developed. They offer more flexibility and are better at absorbing vibrations. This takes a lot of strain off the rider's forearms. Yet another flat tire. It seems to be catching. This climb features some dreadful percentages. Oh my, the guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today. Yet another flat tire. It seems to be catching. There's another rider with a puncture. The sides of the road are not a tire's best friend. There's a breakaway in the leading group. Over the cobbled sections, a rider has to up his awareness to avoid falling, and those that are on their last legs don't have the necessary physical resources to do so. The riders are in a portion above 10%. That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous. Their front group is disorganized, and some riders are exploiting this opportunity to attack. Some riders try to use the verge to avoid the cobbles, but it's at the risk of getting a flat tire. And he spurts away from the group. He's going for victory. You see that? You can read the pain on the faces at the back of the peloton. There's a growing number of riders left behind. Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should pay more attention to their choice of tires. Only 15 kilometers left. The riders are in a portion above 10%. And he moves on to the attack. It could be decisive. It's always best to be in the lead when going into cobbled sections. Breaks in the peloton can happen at any moment. Another flat tire. Only 10 kilometers left. Five kilometers remaining. Another flat tire. And they're off! It's going to be very fast!
Victory for Peter Sagan.
The tail-enders are still coming in. And just in case you missed them, here are the race highlights.